Good afternoon, Mr. Sledge.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
And good afternoon, Councils Love and Hilton. Okay, Councils, I understand this is supposed to be a negotiated plea. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Yes, Judge.
All right. Mr. Sledge, can I get you to raise your right hand as best you're able?
Yes.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the evidence you shall give in the matter now in hearing should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God, or so affirm?
Yes, I do.
All right, you put your hand down, sir. All right. Mr. Sledge, over the next several minutes, what's going to happen is we're going to go through such a thing called the providency inquiry. So basically, in our system of jurisprudence, we don't force people to plead guilty. So I have to be assured you understand your constitutional rights and that you freely and voluntarily waive those rights so I can go ahead and sentence you. The second thing it does is we go through a factual basis, and I determine if there's a factual basis that the state would have been able to prove in this case beyond a reasonable doubt had they tried the case. So assuming that I find that you understand your rights, we call it the Boykin inquiry, and then the second thing is then I find that there's a factual basis I can accept your plea. So, ladies, which one of you is going to do the plea?
I am, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Love is going to go and ask you a series of questions in just a minute. And then your attorney, Mr. Wright, will follow up with that. And then I'll ask you a couple of questions, and I should be able to sentence you in accordance with the negotiated plea, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Ms. Love, whenever you're ready, madam.
Thank you, Judge. Mr.
I think the ghost fucked my husband.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, technically it was my body, but I'm pretty sure she was driving.
No. Ghosts do not enter other people's bodies. You didn't make any type of a deal with this entity, did you?
A little, but I'm pretty sure she moved on him. That's a good thing, right?
Well, that depends. I mean, if this is a demon, that would be what we call a very bad thing.
No, I felt her move on, so I'm going to assume that she's a ghost.
You can assume whatever you want. But if this is a demon, and you did let her in, you need to take care of this. Now.
You know what? I don't take advice from one-star Wiccans. Matter of fact, I think this whole thing is a scam. So, goodbye. All right, I'm just gonna pick up a little sage.
Mr. Sledge, please state your true, correct, and legal name.
Antonio Sledge.
And are you the same Antonio Sledge, also known as Moontump, who is listed in indictment 22SC183572?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you at this time taking or under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, or medication?
No, ma'am.
Is there any medication that you normally take that you have not been given today?
No, ma'am.
How old are you and how far have you gone in school?
I'm 41, 10th grade.
Are you able to read, write, and understand the English language?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you are charged with the following offenses?
Yes, ma'am.
Conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act,
Yes, ma'am.
as well as possession of a firearm by a convicted felon,
Yes, ma'am.
as listed in count 30 of this indictment.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you have the right to plead either guilty or not guilty to these charges, and that if you plead not guilty or remain silent, you may receive a jury trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you had enough time to speak with your attorney, Mr. Derek Wright, about all of the facts and circumstances known to you regarding the charges in this indictment?
Yes, ma'am.
Any potential defenses?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you need more time to discuss this case with your attorney?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with his services?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you waive a formal reading of the indictment?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you waive any and all defects in the indictment, including any with respect to your name?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you been arrested on these charges?
Yes, ma'am.
The state is unaware of any outstanding warrants related to these charges. Do you, Mr. Wright, know of any outstanding warrants that are related to these charges?
I do not.
Mr. Sledge, has your attorney advised you of the minimum and maximum sentence for each charge that you are pleading guilty to
Yes,
today?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that the minimum sentence for conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act is 5 years and the maximum is 20 years in prison?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that the sentence for violation of count 30 of this indictment, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, as in OCGA 1611-133, is 15 years in prison?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that this is a negotiated plea of guilty,
Yes, ma'am.
which means that the state will recommend to the court the following sentence?
Yes, ma'am.
As to count 1, 15 years to serve on probation, subject to the special conditions contained in the plea agreement that I have in my hand that I will show you in just a moment. And on count 30, although you are pleading guilty, sentencing will be withheld until the completion of the initial trial of this case. After the initial trial of this case, provided defendant you have complied with the special conditions outlined in sections B, C, D, F, and I of section 3, special conditions of sentence of this plea agreement, the state agrees that the defendant shall be allowed to withdraw his guilty plea on count 30, and the state shall agree to null pros count 30. Do you understand that the court does not have to accept that recommendation? And we will read into the record the terms of the plea agreement in a moment. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that the court can sentence you to the maximum on each charge and can run those sentences consecutively or one after the other if the court does not accept that negotiated plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that if you are currently on probation or parole, your probation or parole may be revoked based on your entering a guilty plea today, but that the state is not recommending either?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that this plea may be used to enhance sentencing on other convictions in this jurisdiction, as well as in other jurisdictions, including in the federal courts?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that this is a guilty plea which is permanently recorded on your criminal history?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that this plea involves your being placed on probation, and that if you are placed on probation of any kind, you cannot violate any criminal laws of any governmental unit or any special condition of probation without being subject to revocation for the balance of the sentence. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you are not allowed to use or possess a firearm while on probation?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that if you are not a United States citizen, a guilty plea will affect your immigration status and will result in deportation, just like a conviction at trial would, and that this is true regardless of any advice given to you by your attorney or anyone else?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that if at any time you are sentenced to confinement based on this sentence, neither the court, your attorney, nor the district attorney's office has anything to do with parole? And that in that...
Oh shit. My bad, y'all. That's YSL Munk Tunk. I know the names is funny as fuck. This is from today's hearing. He actually, pled guilty and became a potential witness for the state against, Jeffrey Lamar Williams, aka Young Thug. Yeah, this dude 41. I had reacted to what eventually happened with him, but I know one thing. I know this dude is 41 with 8 kids. So I'm just saying that nigga probably was gonna get the fuck out of that jam. Yes, ma'am.
Circumstance, the Department of Corrections,
Smash the like, y'all. Smash that like.
Board of Pardons and Paroles.
Yeah.
What are you doing today?
So, yeah, man. Another one takes a deal. They trying to make everybody take a deal, so it ain't gonna be no way out for Thug. And like I said, I think Thug told a lot of them niggas, man, y'all just go do it, bro. Just take the plea.
Yes, ma'am.
Are the only persons who can address parole, and that no one can guarantee parole no matter what anyone has told you.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that there may be other adverse or unfavorable consequences as a result of this guilty plea conviction, just as there would be from a conviction following a trial? For example, your guilty plea may affect your right to vote, your right to hold public office, your right to serve on a jury, your right to obtain a passport, your right to receive, possess, or transport a firearm, and your right or ability to obtain employment. Do you understand that these rights may be affected?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty to a felony, if you use, receive, possess, or transport a firearm, or use a firearm in a crime, you will be guilty of another felony, which may carry a sentence of 1 to 15 years in prison?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you waive any and all defenses, including any mental health defenses, by entering a plea of guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that if you went to trial, you would have the right to trial by jury, the right to see, hear, and confront witnesses called to testify against you, and the right to remain silent and not incriminate yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you are giving up the following rights: the right to a trial by jury, the right to remain silent and not incriminate yourself, the right to confront witnesses against you, the right to the assistance of counsel hired by you or to court-appointed counsel if you cannot afford an attorney at a trial of your case, the right to the presumption of innocence, the right to testify on your own behalf and to present other evidence, the right to subpoena witnesses and compel the production of evidence, the right to have the charges against you proven beyond a reasonable doubt, and the right to appeal if convicted of these charges after a trial. Do you understand that you are giving up all of these rights?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm showing you what has been marked as State's Exhibit 1AS. Do you recognize the document in State's Exhibit 1AS?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that your signature on page 7 of 7 of State's Exhibit 1AS?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, at this time, actually, and Mr. Sledge, have you had an opportunity to review each and every provision within State's Exhibit 1AS?
Yes, ma'am.
As reflected on State's Exhibit 1AS, the current charges that you face are count 1, conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, and count 30, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon previously convicted of a felony involving the use or possession of a firearm, OCGA 16-11-133. The negotiated sentence as outlined in State's
What up,
1AS is count 1, 15 years on probation, and count 30, sentencing withheld until the completion of the initial trial of this case. After the initial trial of this case,
I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I guess for them boys to go home, 15 years on probation ain't a lot, but I ain't never heard the judge give nobody 15 years on probation alone. Have y'all? I've never heard that. I done heard 5, maybe I've heard 10. I seen McMill was on probation for like 10. I don't know if that was his original sentence, but these niggas is getting unbelievable pleas. Like, they want Thug, bro. They giving these niggas, they literally letting the whole gang go away just so they can get Thug. But it's kind of like, y'all stupid as fuck, cause just cause y'all lock him up, and if y'all leave the gang loose, then you know what I mean?
provided defendant has complied with the special conditions outlined in section B as in boy, C as in Charlie, D as in Delta, F as in Frank, I as in Indigo of section 3 special conditions of sentence of this plea agreement, the state agrees that defendant shall be allowed to withdraw his guilty plea on count 30, and the state shall agree to null pros count 30.
Oh, see this nigga, so he already pled guilty to something. They're agreeing to reverse his guilty plea, I guess, if he testified. That's crazy. Them niggas even this nigga pled guilty and they agreeing to what's the name of that shit, and null process. If y'all know what null process mean, that's kind of like throw it out. Except null process is they can bring it back up if more evidence comes back later. Dismiss with prejudice is when it's completely like it's over with. Is nothing else.
The special conditions of the sentence, as outlined in Section 3, are that defendant shall abide in full by each and all of the terms of this negotiated agreement. Defendant's failure to abide by any term of this agreement shall constitute a violation of the agreement. Defendant shall testify truthfully about all matters relating to this case upon which he is questioned at any trial or judicial proceeding stemming from the facts alleged in this indictment. In accordance with testifying truthfully about all matters relating to this case, defendant acknowledges that each and all of the statements contained within the defendant's factual acknowledgments section of this agreement are true. Defendant shall testify truthfully about each statement contained within defendant's factual acknowledgments and any matters related to this case when asked to do so in any proceeding related to the facts alleged in this indictment. Defendant shall possess no guns unless his right to do so is restored. Defendant shall commit no criminal acts. Defendant shall submit to random drug screenings by the Department of Community Supervision and any agency designated by the court in this case. Should the defendant test positive for any Schedule 1, 2, or 3 drug.
Listen, these niggas on 15-year probation. Them niggas can't even do no drug. You know, weed is illegal in Georgia. I don't know why weed is still illegal in Georgia, but they not even. I think they might can write you a ticket for a small amount, but them niggas can't even get high, bro. Like 15 years, bro. Just I don't know.
Defendant shall within 30 days of said positive test undergo drug rehabilitation as designated by the court or the Department of Community Supervision, and shall successfully complete said rehabilitation.
And the only reason I say you can't smoke weed, I don't know if any of them smoke weed, but I'm pretty sure majority of them smoke weed. I ain't gonna say every person from YSL smoke weed, but bro, weed is like next to nothing. That shit is legal in pretty much 30 something states, 39, 40 states already. I'm like, damn. Or like 30 something, I don't know the exact number, but it's legal in a lot of fucking states in some form or fashion. It's like, that shit crazy.
Program. Defendant relinquishes any Fifth Amendment right related to any statement contained within defendant's factual acknowledgments contained within this plea agreement. Section 4, defendant's factual acknowledgments. Have you initialed each and all of the defendant's factual acknowledgments contained within Section 4 of this document?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that initial AS your initial?
Yes, ma'am.
The factual.
Smash that like button too, gang. Smash the like button. I told y'all I was gonna pop back in as soon as they uploaded or unprivated the footage.
Factual acknowledgments are as follows. Number 1, Young Slime Life, aka YSL, is an organization made up of 3 or more members or associates who share common identifiers that include, but are not limited to, colors, hand signals, and terminology, who have committed crimes intended to increase the notoriety, street credibility, and reputation of YSL. Number 2, defendant has been a member and or associate of YSL since 2012.
Damn.
Number 3, while associated with YSL and to support and express loyalty to YSL, defendant and co-defendant Demekion Garlington and Quindarius Zachary appeared in a video with another person, AS, where defendant brandished a weapon used in a drive-by shooting.
What?
And where on behalf of YSL, defendant threatened to harm a person.
Bro. His plea is more serious, like the shit they saying that he gotta agree to, bro. He gotta say something about he agreed that he was aware of a gun that was used in a murder with some other with the co-defendant, his co-defendant, which is Young Thug, and bro. Damn.
Quindarius Zachary appeared in a video with another person, AS, where defendant brandished a weapon used in a drive-by shooting, and where on behalf of YSL, defendant threatened to harm a person named Kel, a rival gang member who had begun a relationship with defendant's ex-girlfriend. Number 4, on or about April 28, 2015, as reflected in Fulton County Indictment 15SC 138994, defendant and fellow YSL associates Demekion Garlington and Quindarius Zachary committed a drive-by shooting using the firearm defendant wielded in the video referenced in Part 3 of this section, targeting family members of a rival gang. Number 5, defendant and his fellow YSL associates committed the drive-by shooting referenced in sections 3 and 4 above on behalf of YSL and to increase the notoriety, reputation, and fear of YSL. Number 6, defendant admitted committing and was convicted of aggravated assault and participation in criminal street gang activity, among other charges, for his participation in the drive-by shooting referenced in sections 3, 4, and 5.
Is that the nut drive-by? What drive-by is that, y'all? Is that the big nut shit?
5 above. Number 7, defendant was told by another YSL associate that immediately
Appreciate that,
after the
Darnell.
murder of Donovan Thomas Jr., YSL associates met at the McDonald's on Cleveland Avenue in Atlanta, Georgia, to discuss the murder. Number 8, defendant personally knows that one or more YSL associates committed the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr. on behalf of YSL.
Oh my God. Bro, now, even though he taking the plea, hold on, so what the fuck? This shit is worse than the shit that Gunna agreed to, nigga. He gotta agree that he know that niggas killed the Big Nut, bro. He has to, these are the stipulations of him taking his plea. Everything you hearing that she says. He got to admit that they was in the video with a gun that was used in the fucking murder. He got to admit that he was there when niggas was in the car doing the actual drive-by, whether he was in the back seat or whatever he was doing. You hear me? Oh, this ain't, bro. This shit fucking me up, bro. God damn. He gotta fucking say he gotta really this is snitching for sure, bro. If he about to agree to, and I don't know if Thug is told everybody, hey man, okay, I'm going to prison for the rest of my life, and just tell him, yeah, I did everything. But I doubt it, you know what I'm saying? But that nigga gotta say, listen to what the fuck she said now. Yo, that last one, the other ones was crazy too. She said you gotta agree that nigga big nut. She said Donovan Thomas, bro. You gotta agree to an actual, like, a specific situation that involved the murder. And you know,
among other charges for his participation in the drive-by shooting referenced in sections 3, 4, and 5 above. Number 7, defendant was told by another YSL associate that immediately after the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr., YSL associates met at the McDonald's on Cleveland Avenue in Atlanta, Georgia to discuss the murder. Number 8.
What? He giving up secret details, bro. I never knew that they met up. Only them niggas would know. If that's what they allegedly did. This nigga that said he agreed to tell him that, bro, this is fucking crazy. He even tell him that they met up at the McDonald's. Damn, yeah, he done flipped this dude here. I mean, unless them niggas told him, Young Thug was like, hey man, snitch on you, man. Let's go tell him that, yeah, we did do the murder. Like, who the fuck would say that though? Like, bro, that's crazy.
Defendant personally knows that one or more YSL associates committed the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr. on behalf of YSL. Number 9, on January the 10th, 2015, after the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr., defendant and other YSL associates gathered at the home of Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug, who gave defendant and other YSL associates cash money to lay.
Oh my God. Paid hit. This nigga is testifying that Young Thug paid them to kill Big Nut, and that he was there, or that he know about it, and he know what they, yo, did you hear that? I ain't even let it finish. I'm gonna play it back, y'all. I'm not gonna pause. This shit is just, this nigga is doing an incredible amount of telling right here. I'm sorry, bro. He gotta admit that, yeah, him and his niggas specifically by name, Jeffrey, this nigga, the other nigga, they killed this nigga, and he paid him. Do y'all hear this shit, bro? This nigga 41, he older than Thug. Damn, that's why he over there looking like that. Damn. Oh yeah, man. I don't know now, y'all. You got niggas actually testifying that, yeah, the specific murder. Not just saying how Gunna said, well, people was doing crime just to further. He's saying the specific main crime that they trying to get Young Thug for. And he's saying it was a paid hit. Everybody met at Jeffrey Williams' house and he gave them cash. He's agreeing that this is true, and he will testify on the stand if needed to prove this. Oh, damn. Change our life, man. I'm telling you, man, this shit ain't worth it, bro. And he been down with, he said he's agreeing that he's been a part of YSL since 2012, nigga. Like, he been there the whole time. So they gonna, his word just gonna mean a lot to the jury. Oh man, I don't know, man.
YSL associate that immediately after the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr., YSL associates met at the McDonald's on Cleveland Avenue in Atlanta, Georgia to discuss the murder. Number 8, defendant personally knows that one or more YSL associates committed the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr. on behalf of YSL. Number 9, on January the 10th, 2015, after the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr., defendant and other YSL associates gathered at the home of Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug, who gave defendant and other YSL associates cash money to lay low. Number 10, defendant has personal knowledge that on January 10, 2015, after the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr., YSL Associates traveled to Miami, Florida with co-defendant and YSL founder Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug. Number 11, defendant did not murder Donovan Thomas Jr. and was not a party to the crime. Number 12.
Oh, see, he saved himself. So he also has to testify that he was not a part of the crime. He just knew everything about it. That's crazy. So that's saving himself right there.
Not murder Donovan Thomas Jr. and was not a party to the crime. Number 12, defendant did not murder Shamel Drinks and was not a party to the crime. Number 13, defendant...
Wow, yeah, this is no good for them. Damn, say it ain't so, bro. That's what happened when you got too many niggas in your shit too, like not in your gang or whatever you want to call your group, your business, your people. You got too many niggas, bro. Appreciate your vet. Yes, please smash them likes, y'all. Where we at with it? We got 356 in the chat, man. We only got 33 likes. Please smash the like. Please, I'm asking, please, y'all. Let's at least get to 100 likes, y'all. Yo, this shit is crazy, bro. This is sad, bro. Like, how the fuck? Oh, shit.
That the persons charged in this indictment with the murder of Donovan Thomas...
Hold on.
Truthfully...
Hold on, my bad, y'all. I'm gonna play it back. My fault. Damn.
Jr. and was not a party to the crime. Number 12, defendant did not murder Shamel Drinks and was not a party to the crime. Number 13, defendant cannot truthfully assert that the persons charged in this indictment with the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr. are not guilty of the murder, and defendant will make no attempt at trial, prior to trial, or after trial to exonerate the persons charged in this indictment with the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr.
Wow.
Number 14, the gas...
Nigga, they even put in there that he has to swear that he will not change his story up and try to exonerate. He has to testify to this to get the plea deal. That shit.
Station at 151 Cleveland Avenue, Atlanta, Georgia, is one of multiple locations where YSL Associates sell drugs and do not allow other gangs to operate. Number 15, the gas station at 221 Cleveland Avenue, Atlanta, Georgia, is another location where YSL Associates sell drugs and do not permit other gangs to operate. Number 16, defendant has personal knowledge that he and other members or associates of YSL have either participated in or directly committed at least one of the following crimes in order to increase the notoriety and reputation of YSL: murder, armed robbery, aggravated assault, attempted murder, theft, illegal gun possession, and illegal drug possession and sales. Mr. Sledge, have you had an opportunity to go over each one of the defendant's factual acknowledgments and make corrections where necessary?
Yes.
And do you now acknowledge under oath that each of the factual
VA.
acknowledgments that you have initialed in this section are true and correct and accurate to the best of your ability?
Yes, ma'am.
Part 5 of this plea agreement, Your Honor, states that defendant's sentencing acknowledgments are as follows. Defendant understands fully that if he violates any provision or any special condition of this plea agreement, the district attorney can and will use the contents of this document and agreement during any judicial proceeding. Defendant understands fully that if he violates any provision or any special condition of this plea agreement, his probation for this sentence may be revoked in its entirety, and the district attorney will recommend that defendant serve any remaining portion of this sentence in confinement at the Georgia Department of Corrections or prison. Number 3, defendant understands fully that any violation of any provision or of any special condition of this plea agreement shall result in defendant being sentenced on count 30 of this indictment, and the district attorney will recommend that the defendant serve the maximum sentence allowed by law. Number 4, defendant understands fully that
Damn.
if prior to the conclusion of the initial trial of this case, defendant fails or refuses to testify to any fact that he acknowledges in this plea agreement, such failure or refusal nullifies any promise made by the district attorney to null pros count 30 of this indictment. Number 5, defendant understands fully that defendant's violation of any provision or of any special condition of this plea agreement prior to the conclusion of the initial trial of this case shall nullify any promise made by the district attorney to null pros count 30 of this indictment and may result in defendant being, and Your Honor, there is a typo that is in this document. It's the word should be being, and it's spelled B-E-G-I-N. I'm going to ask that defendant just strike through and initial that word, B-E-G-I-N.
Yo.
In the last couple.
Damn, bro. The evidence they have against Thug, from all the people that took pleas to the actual evidence, is like stacked against him so high, yo. Man, he must know it's over or something, bro. I don't know. I feel like he gotta know, bro. Like it would feel like that, unless they, a technicality or something. If they. Bro, this is bad. This is the worst plea I've heard out of everybody that took the plea. This nigga gotta actually, he said, overall, he said, yeah, nigga, I've been YSL since 2012, since the beginning. I know I'm telling you that we did have killed Big Nut. We did, da-da-da-da. That was the murder weapon. He basically named everything. He told him about the trap house. That house at address such and such is where YSL members sell drugs, and the gas station at such and such is where YSL members sell drugs, and don't let no other gangs. Like, they painting the whole shit with this plea. And trial starts next week on the 5th, I believe.
To B-E-I-N-G.
Hey. Yeah, she thicker than a king size Snickers. For sure. She is trying to fry niggas.
And Mr. Sledge, is that your initial above the strike through of the word began to change it to being?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And may result in defendant being sentenced to serve as much as 35 years of confinement in the Georgia Department of Corrections or prison. Number 6, defendant understands fully that no promises, agreements, or conditions have been made other than those set forth in this document. Mr. Sledge, are these your initials on each section under defendant's sentencing acknowledgments?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, this is damaging right here.
Mr. Sledge, do you agree that the following statement is one that you have read, fully understood, and signed your name acknowledging? I, Antonio Sledge, have read and carefully reviewed this agreement. I have reviewed and corrected where necessary for accuracy each statement contained in defendant's factual acknowledgments, and I acknowledge the truth and accuracy of each and every statement listed therein. I fully understand this agreement, and I've had an opportunity to discuss this agreement and each of its provisions with my attorney, Mr. Derek Wright. No promises other than those contained in this document have been made to me in furtherance of this agreement. I freely, knowingly, and voluntarily enter into this agreement without force, threat, or coercion. Is that the statement that you acknowledged in this agreement?
Yeah, ma'am.
And is that the statement to which you signed your name underneath?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, the state tenders as evidence State's Exhibit 1AS.
No. Any objection? States 1AS is admitted for purposes of plea.
Oh, shout out Infamous Styles in here.
Mr. Sledge, how do you plead to count to the charge of conspiracy to
Infamous.
violate the racketeer?
Hey, y'all tap in with Infamous Styles, man, if y'all want to get an actual on foot journal of what's been going on. She is in the chat. Let me pin her comment. Y'all go like her channel. Hold on. She's actually been in the courtroom. Shout out to her. Yeah, man, let me see. So this is crazy. Yeah, y'all go subscribe to her. This is wild, bro. These niggas, listen. If this shit don't listen, niggas need to start learning from other people, bro. Learn from other people, bro. Like all that gang shit that they was on, even all the rap money that they was getting. Look at them, yo. This is sad, bro. Even YFN and Lucci. He went out the same way, damn near. I mean, one thing about it nowadays, if it's two groups beefing and one get the RICO, you can almost guarantee the other one's gonna get the RICO. They did it with Glock 9 and Hot Boy down there in Florida. Them niggas was shooting at each other at the mall. They let them niggas trap for like a whole year. Them niggas was they was trapping and they was letting them get by. Like it was in the documents. And I think they got Glock 9 first, hit them with the RICO, and then like a month later they might have hit them with the RICO at the same time. I think they might have hit them with the RICO at the same time down there in Florida. But I think that was a Fed one, if I'm not mistaken. Because they was going from different states and shit like that. Man, leave that street shit alone, bro. Look at it, bro. Some niggas having to tell. You know these niggas don't want to tell. I don't know if Thug told them to, but they probably don't want to do it if they did or not. This is crazy because this nigga's his plea is talking about he's agreeing to specific murders and specific addresses where niggas sell drugs. This is like putting one of the stakes in the coffin. Like, boom, maybe Gunner was the first one. Boom, the right-hand man of this nigga. Now, this nigga who's 41 years old with 8 kids, who been down with YSL since 2012. And Young Thug is only 30. So this nigga's 11 years older than Young Thug. This is another one. Boom, he's saying the murders is facts. He's saying that was the weapon that was in that music video. These niggas even had the murder weapon in a music video. If that and they could be lying. The prosecution could just be. I would hope niggas wouldn't be in a video with her, but you never know. I mean, niggas got guns, but they not gonna use them. If it come down to it, whether he was in the video or not. Oh, I can't use this right now because I was just in the music video. No, you know what I mean. This shit is sad, man. Let this be a cautionary tale, nigga. This nigga Young Thug, bro, and all these niggas was on living the high life, nigga, last year, nigga. Them niggas had just dropped that slime language too. That was my shit. I was riding to that. Slatty, slat, all that shit. Diamonds Dancing. That Diamonds Dancing, one of my favorite songs on there. Only diamonds dancing. Now these niggas is in here like, yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor. He was the one who killed. We did do it. That was the gun. We sold drugs at that house. I will come testify. You see what I'm saying? I want to say it was all good just a week ago, but it's like, bro, it's about getting you some money, man. It ain't about niggas be so quick to like want to prove themselves through violence, right? Nowadays, like, I ain't gonna say that it's never been like that, but it wasn't always like niggas wasn't always as anxious to prove. Nowadays, it's like niggas just want to prove themselves just more than they want to get money. They want to prove that they gangster as fuck. Like, what the fuck? More than they want to get with a bitch or, let me excuse my French, a female. Niggas don't even want to. I was asking this kid. Well, he's not a kid. Well, no, I was asking the kid. I was kind of telling him, right? I was like, he was looking at like some drill shit. I'm like, man, y'all niggas, he just like loving it. I'm looking at the video. It's 100 niggas in the video. I'm looking at the next video. It's the same as 100 more niggas. I'm like, dude, these niggas don't even put girls in their video? Like, niggas don't even care about, not saying it should be all about women. I'm just using that example of, it's like, even shit like that is not really, I mean, it's niggas that still be catering to the women musically and, you know, I'm not even just talking about musically. I'm just talking about in general. These niggas just want to kill. It's just about, nigga, I'm be gangster. Now, I can say why I said they got them some money for sure. You know what I'm saying? And Young Lucci and them. But these niggas don't even put girls in the videos no more. Like, every video is spinning and drilling and killing and robbing and stealing and killing. Like, every nigga. Is the whole album going to be like that? But it's just the culture that we in nowadays, man. Damn, I'm gonna let this shit rock. I ain't gonna pause it no more, y'all. That's crazy.
Peer Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act as alleged in count 1 of indictment 22 SC
I'm smoking some IG,
183-572.
I said IG,
Yeah.
OG.
And how do you plead to count 30 of this indictment? 22 SC 183-572, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon previously convicted of a felony involving the use or possession of a firearm.
Guilty.
Is this guilty plea freely and voluntarily given with the full knowledge of the charges against you?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you may have only a limited
ma'am.
right to appeal this guilty plea conviction?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you have only 4 years?
Damn, bro, they gave this nigga such an extensive and fucking elaborate plea. Ain't no way this nigga can get out none of this. They said, nigga, they even said in the plea that, keep in mind, he didn't sign it yet. They still reading the stipulations of his plea. They said, nigga, even if they said down the line, you have to agree not to try to exonerate Young Thug. Like, he can't flip at the end and say, well, no, he didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? And they said, regardless of the fact, unlike a lot of them other pleas, they can use his plea in this. They said, do you agree that even if you don't show up to testify, that we can use this plea as your statement in the trial? I'm like, God damn. They locking in. That's a stake in the coffin. Boom. You know it's 4 stakes. Trial start next week. This shit oogly. You hear me? Stay the fuck out them streets, nigga. If you ain't prepared to pay them costs, you hear me? If you ain't prepared to pay them costs, nigga, trust me, nigga. Trust me, I've been there, bro. I've been there, nigga. I ain't had no RICO, but I did some time, and man, listen, that's the worst feeling. Then once you sit around and you like, nigga, you ain't even got no, you might have been making money and shit like that, but half of the time, these niggas is rap niggas, so you know they had an unlimited money plug. But if you an average nigga, you probably ain't gonna have no fucking shitload of money while you sit in that bitch. You might go to jail with $1,500 or $4,000, you know what I'm saying? Not no fucking $100,000 or, you know what I mean? So it's like, nigga, then you gotta survive in that motherfucker. It's just not worth it, bro. I tell niggas, man, get some money, fuck with some girls, go to school if you want to, rap, you know, just stay away from the bullshit, nigga, because it's a rush, but it'll crash. It'll crash so bad on you. It'll make your fucking head spin. I can only imagine some of them guys in there. They probably told them guys, you know what, we're gonna give you guys, you familiar with Bobby Shmurda? You see what happened to his crew? You know, everybody except Bobby Shmurda and Roddy Rebel, them niggas got 130 years, 120. They got astronomical fucking, but nobody snitched in they shit. Nobody told. Everybody stayed solid in there. And I think Bobby and them just took the plea because nobody else was taking pleas.
4 years from today for a felony charge and 12 months from today for a misdemeanor charge to file what is known as a habeas corpus petition challenging the voluntariness of this guilty plea.
Yes, ma'am.
Hold on, I ain't never heard that. They said that he can't even appeal the plea. So he can't appeal this guilty plea, but it gotta be 12 years after? So what the fuck? Nigga, they like, nigga, ain't no way in hell, nigga. Hold on, ain't no way she said in 12 years you can't fucking, that's when you can appeal.
I have only a limited right to appeal this guilty plea.
Hold on. Yeah, you have only a limited right. Boy, you might as well put these niggas in the pan and shuff them up and cook them up. God damn, they cooked these niggas, bro. And this trial ain't even started. Look at all the pleas. They didn't. This the 7th or the 8th plea. And to me, this sounds like it's the most detrimental one.
Ma'am.
Do you understand that you may have only a limited right to appeal this guilty plea conviction?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you have only 4 years from today for a felony charge and 12 months from today
4 years.
for a misdemeanor charge to file what is known as a habeas corpus petition challenging
he has
the
until 5
voluntariness
years.
of this guilty plea?
Yes, ma'am.
No, they say he has until 5 years to file. Okay. I'm about to say, God damn. I'm about to say, if they told that nigga he can't file an appeal until 12 years, flag on the plate, man. Y'all niggas cheating now. Now y'all niggas is cheating. The nigga can't appeal. But no, they said he has 5 years or 4 years and 12. Yeah, 5 years to appeal his. At least they gave him the right to appeal it, but he already locked in that this nigga ain't finna appeal this shit.
Your Honor, the state will now provide a factual basis for this plea.
All right. Go ahead, ma'am, whenever you're
Your Honor, if this case were to go to trial, the state believes that the evidence will prove beyond a reasonable doubt against this defendant that the defendant, together with indicted and unindicted co-conspirators in Fulton County, on or between January the 24th, 2013 and May 8th of 2022, did unlawfully conspire to acquire, maintain directly and indirectly an interest in and control of United States money and other personal property through a pattern of racketeering activity. Furthermore, defendant did unlawfully conspire to conduct and participate in directly and indirectly such enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity. The enterprise, Your Honor, as described in this indictment and as the state expects the evidence will show, is called Young Slime Life, also known as YSL. And during the time listed in the indictment, the defendant, along with others, conspired to associate together and with others for the common purpose of illegally obtaining money and property through a pattern of racketeering
Smash the like if you haven't hit it. If
conducting
you hit
and
it, appreciate
participating in this enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity. The objectives of the conspiracy included, but were not limited to, protecting, preserving, and enhancing the reputation, power, and territory of the enterprise through acts of racketeering activity, including murder, assault, and threats of violence, preserving, protecting, and enhancing the reputation, power, and territory of the enterprise by the posting of messages, images, videos, and songs demonstrating allegiance to the enterprise and a willingness to engage in violence on its behalf, obtaining money, weapons, and other property through acts of racketeering activity, including robbery, theft, and the unlawful sale and distribution of drugs. Your Honor, YSL is an enterprise consisting of a group of individuals associated in fact. It constitutes an ongoing organization whose associates function as a continuing unit for the common purpose of achieving its objectives. YSL is a criminal street gang that started in late 2012 in the Cleveland Avenue of Atlanta, Georgia. Their identifiers vary, and they use common identifiers including colors, clothing, tattoos, and hand signs, as well as verbal and written identifiers, Your Honor. Your Honor, in furtherance of the conspiracy and to affect its objects.
Yo, this is crazy, bro. I'm just over here thinking like, this nigga Thug just turned 30, bro. When he turned, I forgot which day it was. I remember he turned 30. I believe he turned 30 this year, right? If I'm not mistaken, Thug is 30, right? So I'm gonna put some money on. The state requests the cameras not show live, but after court is over. Yeah, I figured that too, Miss Sylvia. Like I said, man, I got her. Y'all go if y'all want to get on foot. Oh yeah, he just turned 30 years old, man. I mean, at least he's still alive, but damn, bro, he about to enjoy. He 31. He about to miss the best times, man. Some of the best times. He supposed to be OG now, you know what I mean? He said the ads go crazy. I ain't really mad at the ads, and I wasn't gonna get premium, but you know what? I don't mind letting other content creators get their ad revenue. You know what I'm saying? I ain't that type of nigga, man. We watching it, you know what I'm saying? I'm reacting to it. We all looking at it, so hey, let them But let's get back to it. My bad, y'all. Let's get back to it. Damn, thug. Still young.
And purposes, this defendant committed overt acts which reflect his tacit agreement to participate in the enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity. Those overt acts include but are not limited to the defendant's possession of cocaine with the intent to distribute as alleged in Act 8 of Count 1 on November the 29th of 2013. The defendant's commission of the aggravated assault as listed in defendant's factual acknowledgement on April the 28th of 2015. The defendant's commission of Act 45 in Count 1 on April the 28th of 2015, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. The defendant's commission of Act 46 as alleged in Count 1 of the indictment on April the 28th of 2015 of participation in criminal street gang activity. The defendant's posing while an associate of YSL for a photo released on social media wearing pants with the letters OTS, standing for Only the Slime, with the caption of OGs with the green snake emoji and green heart emoji on April the 8th of 2021 as alleged in Act 128 of Count 1 of this indictment. And Act 151 of Count 1 on December 5th, 2021, as alleged in Count 1 of this indictment, wherein defendant possessed a firearm while previously convicted of a felony involving the use or the possession of a firearm. Your Honor, as the defendant acknowledged in State's Exhibit 1AS, defendant has been associated with YSL since 2012 and has committed the acts that are contained in this plea agreement as well, which also reflect defendant's tacit agreement to participate in this enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity. Your Honor, the defendant, as I stated earlier, has pled guilty to the commission of acts along with other YSL associates in furtherance of the gang YSL. Specifically, Your Honor, beginning back in January of 2015, after the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr. in Fulton County, a series of retaliatory shootings between YSL and the organization of which Mr. Thomas was a member.
Yo.
How would you like to collect five?
They gonna break this whole case down, yo. Yeah, tell that nigga, man, if you don't want no motherfucking commentary, don't watch a reaction, bro. I'm not gonna just, listen, I'm not gonna just watch they shit and not even change it and get my opinion on it. That's just fucking stealing the content, bro. We gotta, and then we want to talk about it, nigga. Sometimes, goddamn, I know sometimes, damn, I might rant a little bit sometimes, but it's important usually, nigga. But niggas be so bougie, man. Take your motherfucking ass somewhere else, then, nigga. What the fuck? It ain't even that serious. Why are you even wasting your time to say that when you could just click off and go? You know what I'm saying? If you want to kick it with the real niggas, then you got a seat at the table, nigga. On some real shit. Shout out to everybody in the motherfucking chat that fuck with the players. I fuck with y'all along with it, strong way. You hear me? Yeah, getting money like the song say, you know? Let's get back to it, nigga. No cap. What the fuck? Hold on, y'all. I fucking see. Y'all got me pressing shit, nigga. Got me pressing shit. This old, right? Yeah, y'all got me pressing shit, nigga. Fucking up a nigga mojo, man. See, keep them negative comments out the motherfucking shit, man. You fucking up the, you know what I mean? Come on now, you fucking up the vibes, nigga. Got me pressing the wrong guy. I done pressed the over button, the fast forward button, or the next video button. You muscle head ass bitch, leave me the fuck alone, nigga. What was that? It was over here somewhere. Pterodactyl looking at nigga. Who the fuck was that? I'm about to roast your goddamn Jink. No, that ain't Jink. Shout out Jink. He held it down. I don't know who it was, but goddamn it, you lucky I don't know who he is. I'll roast your motherfucking ass bitch.
Tacit agreement to participate in the enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity. Those overt acts include but are not limited to the defendant's possession of cocaine
What
with
up,
the intent to
J-Jack?
distribute as alleged in number Act 8 of Count 1 on November the 29th of 2013. The defendant's commission of the aggravated assault as listed in defendant's factual acknowledgement on April the 28th of 2015. The defendant's commission of Act 45 in Count 1 on April the 28th of 2015, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. The defendant's commission of Act 46 as alleged in Count 1 of the indictment on April the 28th of 2015 of participation in criminal street gang activity.
What's good with you, Jason? I see you, my nigga.
The defendant's posing while an associate of YSL for a photo released on social media wearing pants with the letters OTS, standing for Only the Slime, with the caption of OGs with the green snake emoji and green heart emoji on April the 8th of 2021 as alleged in Act 128 of Count 1 of this indictment. And Act 151 of Count 1 on December 5th, 2021, as alleged in Count 1 of this indictment, wherein defendant possessed a firearm while previously convicted of a felony involving the use or the possession of a firearm. Your Honor, as the defendant acknowledged in State's Exhibit 1AS, defendant has been associated with YSL since 2012.
She like she eating neck bones.
And has committed the acts that are contained in this plea agreement as well, which also reflect defendant's tacit agreement to participate in this enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity. Your Honor, the defendant, as I stated earlier, has pled guilty to the commission of acts along with other YSL associates in furtherance of the gang YSL. Specifically, Your Honor, beginning back in January of 2015, after the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr. in Fulton County, a series of retaliatory shootings between YSL and the organization of which Mr. Thomas was a member began to occur. One of the retaliatory shootings is the one that is listed in defendant's factual acknowledgments in State's Exhibit 1AS. Your Honor, as recently as earlier this year, the murder of yet another person whom the organization considered a rival, Mr. Shamel Drinks, took place, turning 2022 into sort of a repeat of 2015. Your Honor, the defendant has knowingly, voluntarily, and willingly signed this plea agreement, and as a result of the defendant's willingness to be forthcoming and to be truthful and to own responsibility for his actions. The state is willing to make the recommendation that I've relayed to the court, and we ask that the court accept this negotiated plea agreement. Your Honor, that is all that the state has. If the court will permit me 1 moment, please.
Okay.
That is all that I have, Judge. Again, we would just ask that the court sentence the defendant to 15 years of probation on count 1. As to count 2, we would ask that the court withhold sentencing until after the completion of the initial trial of this case, and that after the initial trial of this case, provided that the defendant has complied with the special.
Wow, he for sure going up there to testify. If you ain't here with the fuck, let me just play it back one time. This is how you know. I don't know if Gunna getting up on it. This nigga for sure coming on the stand. For sure. For sure. They probably gonna have to put him in witness protection. If they about to let him out, or if he out or whatever, I'm pretty sure he not locked up because this was hours ago, but they gotta hire him. Yeah. This lady just said, Your Honor, I want you to give him 15 years probation for this first one, and then we're going to wait to sentence him for the other one just to make sure to see what happened after the trial. So they probably going to have him out on some witness protection / bond / I don't know, some shit like that. Damn, yeah, he for sure getting up there to testify. If they made that his stip, they ain't just sentence him. Like everybody else, they sentence right then and there. This nigga got half. How the fuck can you sentence a nigga halfway?
2, we would ask that the court withhold sentencing until after the completion of the initial trial of this case, and that after the initial trial of this case, provided that the defendant has complied with the special conditions outlined and contained in the plea agreement. Your Honor, the state agrees that the defendant shall be allowed to withdraw that guilty plea on count 30, and the state shall agree and will agree to no loss on count 30. Your Honor, further.
Damn.
Mr. Wright and his drug. He's Mr. Sledger in the sentence already. He's going to release him.
Your Honor, that closed out once you get the time.
Yeah.
Judge, the case that was referenced that he pled guilty to before for the ag assault is closed. So he's not currently under an active sentence.
The issue is going to be is that he's got no sentence under that particular count 30. So I'm not going to have to give him bond.
I made bond already.
Sentencing on count 30.
You hear him whispering? He whispered to her, you hear him? He said, I made bond already. And then you seen this lawyer kind of look down like, yeah, I hear you. Hold on. I don't know who the fuck be handling. That's why I said whoever, they need to get a new screamer person, camera handler person, because them niggas don't know what they doing with the screen, bro. I need to hire a nigga who know how to do it. He said, I made bond. Hold on.
I made bond already.
You heard him? He said, I made bond already. That mean that as soon as this over, he should be able to go home. That's what he trying to say there. He telling him like, hey man, tell that nigga I already made bond. I don't got to make no other bond.
Initially, when he was arrested for count 30, he was given a $31,000 bond that he made. So
that bond still remains?
That bond is still in effect for that, I guess, underlying charge.
Damn. I see.
In this case, there's no bond set. We don't know if that was the previous indictment, but as of this case, 22 SC 183572, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, no bond.
Your Honor, if I may. The state has no objection to the court granting a signature bond as to that count,
What?
subject to any restrictions that the court feels necessary to place on the defendant. and considering the fact that the defendant has now pled guilty to that charge.
Damn, they said then they can see a signature. All right, so if y'all don't know, for those who don't know what a signature bond is, it's basically, they also call it signing out on your own. How you say that word? Recugence. What's that word? It means signature bond. Making bond on your own recugence. But a signature bond is basically, nigga, what it sound like. You sign your name. You don't got to pay no money. Like, I don't think I ever got a signature bond. I don't think I ever got a signature bond, bro. Everybody don't get them. You know what I'm saying? They usually do them for, like, when people going through pretrial. I know niggas who got signature bonds. They, like, in Atlanta. Like, one time I was locked up in Fulton County. I was in Rice Street this one time. And I was in there with a nigga, right? This might have been my first time in Rice Street, I think. This is like my very first time getting locked up in Rice Street. I've been to that bitch a few times. But it was a young nigga in there was he from the East? Was he from Zone 6? And what happened with him is, that nigga had got ran down by the Red Dogs. He was trapping, right? So he had some coke. So the Red Dogs ran him down. They took his dope from him, right? They broke his fucking arm down there. He had a fucking cast. They slammed this nigga arm. If y'all know what the Red Dogs is, it's like the police, the big tall that be on the street, the task force. Like they the grimiest niggas. Like they will beat your ass and everything. You know what I'm saying? They will fuck you up. Like don't fuck with the Red Dogs. Like if you ain't really ready to, nigga, them Red Dogs, they don't be following the rules. They'll beat you the fuck up and take your dope and they might let your ass go. You know what I'm saying? But this nigga was already on bond because I was talking to him in intake where you put your because when you go into Fulton County, like where you use the phones at, it looked like the DMV a little bit. It's like a bunch of chairs and it's like rows of phones. It looked just like the DMV if you want to get your license. But so we was in the intake cells and shit, all waiting and shit, and he was just talking about like, yeah, he's like, I'm already out on bond. That nigga went to pretrial called this nigga. This nigga came back and said, man, nigga, I got a signature bond. That nigga ain't even go upstairs, I don't think. That nigga might have went upstairs for a couple hours and they called his name down. I was like, so signature bond, basically this nigga gonna be able to sign a piece of paper and he's gonna be able to leave today if he ain't gone already. I never got one of them bitches, bro.
Restrictions that should not be in. This is a delicate and tailor-made disposition. Normally, we do not hold over written counts, but for the clerk's office reasons, we have to fashion it this way. You can only do count one and then count 30 as a bond. That is the only way he's going to do it. So he's really in custody. If you don't either they can give him probation on that count, and then once he completes all the conditions, they can come back and do an order, not crossing back the count. So before the state does these type of disciplines, they need to check with the clerk's office to see what is the criteria that needs to be met before the passing of these type of dispositions. Because I was told, once I made the phone call, he will not get out of this check. He will not get out. Either they offer probation or not cross it down and just move back in, but the conditions they can always come back. But try to get out.
Your Honor, with the court permit, the state a moment to confer with Mr. Wright and to ensure that we.
Sure. You got one or several. You got one or a couple options. You just can't do it this way.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll recess it.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, may I see?
Well, and if you don't know, he already reacted to the video of this dude right here. His name is YSL. His name Munk Tunk. I know it's a funny ass name, Munk Tunk. I reacted to. He actually ended up taking the plea. He did. So I guess after they recessed after this today, he took the plea and shit. He came back and he took the 15 years probation. And it's ran concurrent. So, you know what I mean? Hey, one thing about it, I don't know what the fuck Thug gonna do. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, bro. I don't see no light, bro. And I'm an optimistic nigga, even if, you know what I mean? You try to look and find some kind of light when it comes, because this situation right here will break a motherfucker, like, make a motherfucker go crazy, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying hurt themselves, but I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But the cards are stacked against him, bro. They stacked. I see some people saying he gonna get 10 years. I see some people saying he gonna get 20 years. I don't know, bro. I'm trying to think, who gets more time, Tory Lanez or Young Thug? Who gets more time? I think just based on like thinking from like how the government gonna think, probably Young Thug, you know, whoever, or unless it's just him by himself. What if he end up being the only nigga that do time? You know what I'm saying? But I doubt it, because everybody ain't gonna take a plea. Damn. Yeah, Thug gonna get more time for sure. Cause it's like he running a fucking operation. You know what I mean? Tory Lanez, some drunk shit happened. You know what I'm saying? Some drunk shit just happened. But this shit is like some drawn out 10-year plus calculated murder, shootings, people, violence. Yeah. Damn. Free Thug, man. We gonna pop in tomorrow, man. We see what the fuck go down, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Like, comment, subscribe.